Alexander Ruiz,
Sir,
the
wait!
CEO of a supermarket chain
forgot your
generating
change!
$550 million in annual revenue, decides to visit his stores incognito. Dressed like an ordinary customer, he walks into one of his locations in a diverse urban neighborhood in a major U.S. city. At the checkout, he spots a young cashier crying desperately while scanning items. "Miss, are you okay?" he asks, genuinely concerned. "I'm sorry, sir. My daughter is in the hospital, and I can't even afford her medicine." Alexander is deeply shocked. His employees aren't paid highly, but what he uncovers next is devastating. The store manager is stealing employees' wages, and when Alexander steps in, something happens that will forever change two lives. Alexander Ruiz, 45, is one of the wealthiest men in the country. He built his supermarket empire from scratch, and his chain, Market Max, now brings in $550 million a year. But Alexander has a problem: he no longer knows what's truly going on in his stores. Too many years in luxury offices have distanced him from reality. He's lost touch with his 15,000 employees. Today, he decides to do something bold: visit his supermarkets as a regular shopper to see the real situation. He wears jeans, a t-shirt, and a simple jacket so no one recognizes him. The first store he visits is in a challenging urban neighborhood, one of the chain's most troubled locations. He enters like any customer, grabs a cart, and walks the aisles. What he sees shocks him. Half-empty shelves, dusty products, dirty floors. This isn't the standard he demands. But the worst comes at the checkouts. At register 3, a woman in her mid-20s serves customers with tears streaming down her face. Her name tag reads Carmen Martin. She's blonde with green eyes, and despite crying, she tries to smile at each customer. Alexander joins her line to observe closer. Carmen scans items with trembling hands but stays polite and professional. When it's his turn, she looks up with red, swollen eyes. "Good morning. Did you find everything you were looking for?" "Miss," Alexander says worriedly, "are you all right? Can I help somehow?" Carmen cries harder. "I'm sorry, sir. I shouldn't, but today's been awful." "What happened?" She glances around to ensure the manager isn't listening, then whispers, "My daughter Lucia is only 4 and in the hospital. She has a high fever, and doctors don't know what's wrong." Alexander's heart aches. "What's the issue?" "The medicine costs $1,500. I earn $2,000 a month, and this month's paycheck hasn't come yet. I don't know what to do." Alexander is stunned. $2,000 a month? Contracts say cashiers should earn at least $3,500. Staying calm, he asks, "How much is your salary supposed to be?" $3,500. "But the manager always says there are payment delays and we have to wait." Alexander realizes something terrible is happening. Someone is stealing wages, and he's about to uncover a shocking truth. He leaves the store furious. Employees earn half what they should, and the manager profits. He investigates immediately, calling his assistant, "Get all payment records for that store now." While waiting, he returns and watches from behind a shelf. Carmen calls desperately on her lunch break, "Doctor, please, my daughter needs that medicine. I can't wait." Alexander's heart breaks. A mother unable to help her child because someone steals her pay. The data arrives: manager Paul Jenkins falsifies documents and pockets half of every employee's salary. In 2 years, he's stolen over $250,000. Alexander is enraged but waits to understand the scope. He returns as Carmen's shift ends, sees her leave teary-eyed, and follows her to the children's hospital. He witnesses a heartbreaking scene: a pale 4-year-old with fever in bed. Carmen hugs her, crying. "Mommy, it hurts," whispers Lucia. "I know, sweetie. Medicine's coming soon, I promise." But Carmen has no way to keep that promise. Alexander decides, he'll fire the thief and do more: change Carmen and her daughter's lives forever. First, expose the theft across stores. He stays up thinking about them, realizing he's lost touch with employees' realities. Next morning, he returns disguised, gathering evidence against Paul Jenkins. He overhears complaints. Salaries delayed weeks, threats of firing for questions. He records it all. Midday, Carmen returns, eyes more swollen. On break, Alexander approaches. How's your daughter? You were here yesterday. Lucci is worsening. Doctors say without medicine. She trails off. Alexander decides, come with me to the pharmacy. I have no money. I do. Your daughter needs it. Carmen stares in disbelief. Why help me? You don't know me. I'm a father too. I know what it's like seeing a child suffer. He pays $1,500 without hesitation. Carmen cries gratefully, I'll repay everything, I swear. You owe nothing. But will you help expose your manager? She pales. I know he's stealing wages. If he finds out, he'll fire me. Trust me, you won't worry about the job after. Carmen doesn't know she's talking to the owner, but this stranger will change her life. She agrees, terrified but needing the job. Alexander plans. Get Jenkins to confess on recording. How? Say you know everything and want your share. Pretend complicity. If it fails? Nothing happens to you. Next day, Carmen enters Jenkins's office with Alexander's hidden phone. Jenkins, a 50-year-old arrogant man, what do you want, Martin? Hurry up. I know what you're doing with our wages. He pales. What are you talking about? You keep half, I want my share. You're crazy. I have proof. Or I go to the police. He nerves up. I keep it because I deserve it. Managing this hellhole. So you admit stealing. I take what's mine. Want your share? Shut up and obey. It's recorded. Alexander, hidden outside, has evidence. But Jenkins fires her, you're a problem now. Get out. Carmen cries, please, my daughter's sick. Not my issue. Alexander bursts in, sorry to interrupt, but we need to talk. Who are you? Alexander Ruiz, this isn't your office. Jenkins goes white. He collapses, sweating. Mr. Ruiz, I didn't know. Didn't know I'm the owner? Or stealing's a crime? Carmen realizes her helper is the CEO. Everything's recorded, your confession, thefts. Jenkins cries, sorry, money problems, wife left. So steal from workers, mothers with sick kids? To Carmen, you'll get your full $3,500 salary plus back pay. She's speechless. You're fired, and I'm reporting you. Police coming soon. Jenkins begs, but faces consequences for 2 years of theft. Alexander tells employees, things change today. Full salaries for all. They cheer. Carmen, Mr. Ruiz, thank you. Call me Alexander? You've shown courage and honesty. I want you as cashier supervisor, $50,000 a year. She nearly faints, but more surprises come. Days later, from desperate cashier to $50,000 per year. But Alexander adds, Lucia needs expensive care? Yes, but now I can afford it. Executive private health insurance, you're covered. All her care paid forever. Carmen sobs, hugging him, you're an angel. No, you opened my eyes. Soon, Alexander finds 15 other managers stealing. He fires and reports them, overhauls controls. I'll never be detached again. 3 months later, the store transforms, full shelves, clean floors, happy employees. Carmen at register 3 smiles brightly. How's Lucia? Fully recovered. You saved our lives. But biggest offer coming. 6 months later, Alexander summons Carmen to his top-floor office overlooking the city. She's nervous. You've done everything right, turned that store into our best. Just my duty. More, leadership, honesty. I want you as regional director for Central and Southern stores. Her jaw drops. I don't even have a high school diploma. You have real experience and an honest heart. You were a cashier. Now one of the most powerful women in retail. $150,000 per year salary, company car, house, up to $100,000 bonus. It's too much. I built this for getting people. Help me change it, oversee stores, ensure fair treatment. Lucia gets private schools, college, all paid. Carmen cries, a year ago, desperate for medicine. Now I give her everything I never had. She accepts, with one final gift. 2 years later, Carmen Martin is a top respected executive. She's made Market Max a model for employee treatment. Fair wages, health insurance, company daycare. Lucia, now 6, attends private school, happy and healthy. Carmen drives a company BMW, lives in a company-provided house with a yard, but never forgets her roots. Monthly, she visits the old store as a friend. A new cashier, you worked here? Yes, register 3. How'd you rise so high? Carmen smiles, I just stayed honest. That afternoon, she sees an elderly man whose card declines, embarrassed. She pays, I'll cover it, sir. We've all needed help sometimes. Echoing Alexander's words. Alexander, visiting, watches and smiles. He's found a great executive who remembers humility and generosity. That night, Carmen reads Lucia a bedtime story. Mommy, were we poor once? Yes, sweetie. How'd we get rich? We didn't get rich, we got fortunate. What's the difference? Rich people have money. Fortunate have people who help when needed. Lucia smiles and sleeps. Carmen looks out her window, remembering crying at the register, desperate for her sick daughter. Everything changed, not by magic, but meeting someone who saw her honesty. She's learned honesty is always rewarded in the end.